Hey, what
Holy
happens
shit.
in Korea stays in Korea, mate.
Did you guys buy some used panties out of a vending machine?
Not that I was aware of, no.
Maybe Banny
Your
fell
bike,
onto
maybe.
the fucking
Bunny wouldn't have remembered if
head
he
planted the thing.
He wouldn't have remembered if he bought anything like that. Jesus Christ. Oh dear. Right, so I'm going to the beginning as much as possible, but 2015 Drone Nationals.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
That's old school, man.
yeah, that is old. But there was a gathering in the park afterwards, and as far as I can remember, if I get this right, it was you, Chad Novak, Sharpoo, Tommy, oh my god, Trappy, Mr. Clean Flight, and RC Manchild, maybe?
Yep.
And you, after the...
P-Shaw.
Yeah.
Fucking all-wheel drive quads. Yeah, it was a lot. It was a full-on gathering of like greats at the time.
Yeah, it was the Who's
OG crew.
Yeah.
I don't think Stingy was there at that time. I don't think
he
he
didn't. He
was
at that
on the
point.
scene then, was he?
Yeah, I don't think he even flew FPV at that point. He
Yeah.
flew RC, I think, but he wasn't in the whole mini quad space yet.
No, because that video on YouTube absolutely blew up. Oh, Banny's in the chat. Just
Yeah,
letting
yeah. People were putting Fs in there a little while ago for his head planning the panty machine.
He says, bear in mind, these are after parties. It's just gone mad now. So yeah, I mean that video you posted on YouTube of that flying session just absolutely went mad because it was
in the space it did, I think. And at the time it was kind of a dream come true. It was like what I imagined Rotor Riot was before Rotor Riot was a thing. Like just like the pivotal best people in the industry getting together and having fun, and like it organically kind of took place because there were so many situations going on during that event. And I'm sure you guys are aware, when you go to a drone event, there's always like little subcultures that happen, and like people don't like certain groups. And then there's one group that like everybody wants to be a part of, but that group doesn't want anybody else to be a part of it. That was just kind of like, we had been split the whole weekend. Everybody was in their own groups because maybe whether they were rooming with somebody, or one person would get dragged off into a group because maybe Get FPV was there and they pulled Carlos aside to take him to dinner, or Impulse was there, or not Impulse, Immersion RC was there and they were dragging Chad Nowak or something. Like there was always someone getting pulled. But that last day we just were like, all right, Chad and I kind of made it happen. We were like, we're gonna go to this park, only these people are invited. That's it. It was super secret, and people just rolled up there, and Carlos showed up, and that's where the power loop was invented. Like that's a fucking serious thing. Like he literally, like I was watching in the goggles and he went through an awning and was just like, I was like, what is he gonna do? He just full throttle and he's blind, he can't see shit. And then he crashed, but like the concept for the power loop, he said, I want to do it and it's a power loop, but I haven't done it yet. And then that's obviously the inception of, the idea was put into my brain, and then everybody else saw it, and it was just like over at that point.
Yeah, I mean, like every pilot we have on here, we normally ask them what they fly, but we know what you're already flying. Let's be honest.
Yeah, I mean, apparently I fly old, outdated gear that hinders me, useless. Right?
Let's see it. Have you got your latest rig or whatever you're flying at the moment?
Yeah, let me show you this.
Brings
This is
out
some new
Mavic.
secret.
Should pop out some iFlight thing.
Cicada.
Are you guys ready?
Yeah, go on.
Go for it.
This is the best quad ever.
I knew it.
Beat your FPV little thing or something, is it?
Yeah, well, in America, they made all these rules where you can't even fly 100-gram quad. So this is the one that I have to fly now.
100-gram quad. What?
Jesus Christ.
No, I'm
What,
full of
you're
shit.
not allowed
Even
to
if
fly
they
at
did
all?
make some rules, I'm
All
gonna
right.
fucking fly 5 inch.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's honest. Like, I haven't flown a 5-inch in a couple days because I've been making videos about these things. Because I don't know why, but I got motivated to reintroduce the How to FPV series that I made a few years ago.
Yeah.
And just kind of, try to teach as many people as possible the basics of what they should probably be doing if they're getting into FPV, because there's so much clutter on the internet. And this hobby is extremely complex. Like, not everybody is going to have the attention span or bandwidth to be able to accept all of the information that they're trying to gather. And honestly, you get bored, and eventually it's like trying to learn how to build your own PC or something. Like, who do you take seriously, or who do you take's word for it? Or like, what components do you do, just because there's so many things out there? I mean, obviously there are staples, but someone's going to say, oh, don't buy that because it's the main brand and this one's better, and like you can overclock this. And it's the same thing with FPV, except even more hard, or even harder, because now you have random people that are influenced one way or develop certain products, and everyone's kind of like taking that with a grain of salt, but not at the same time. They're like, well, why is this guy invested in this so hard? Or is he making money off these affiliate links? Or is he trying to push something down my throat because he's associated with it? And that's ultimately what I try to stay away from, because at the moment you start jamming shit down people's throat is the moment that they'd lose interest. Like, I don't want someone to tell me to buy something. If I see a single commercial on YouTube, I will freak out and just turn it off and walk away from it. And that's why I have to pay for YouTube Premium. But even if those, like, now people are integrating ads into their videos.
Oh yeah.
So like the first minute goes on, and then they're like, and now our sponsor, and it's like a 2-minute fucking dumbass spiel of there's some stupid. I freak out if I'm like across the room and that shit comes on. I will drop whatever the hell I'm doing, run over there and fast forward that shit. I don't give a fuck what it is. I don't want to hear about it. All right. If you want me to take your shit seriously, I get it that you have to pay the bills, but I hate that way of like getting around the system and like putting in your own advertisement. And I've kind of tried to hold off from that as long as I possibly can. I get deals all the time. People are like, hey, we want you to do this for whatever, this shave group, and we'll give you X amount of razors a month. And all you got to say is like a 30-second ad and we'll pay you. And I'm like, nah, fuck
so
that.
when's your Squarespace ad coming out?
Nope. Yeah. Fuck Squarespace. Fuck VPNs. Fuck all that shit.
I was spamming your chat trying to get more people to come in here.
Oh, get on.
Those 15 people need to tell 15 more people that need to tell 15 more people.
The problem is with the UK at the moment, it's sunny outside. And everybody's going to be out hooning.
Yeah.
So, but we do get a lot.
When you say everybody's out hooning,
yeah, what's wrong with hooning?
What do you guys consider hooning?
Flying,
ripping quads,
just going mad, going nuts.
Oh,
I think
you guys call that hooning? Okay.
It originates from Australia, so people like kids in cars would go out and they would hoon their cars. Are you doing?
Okay, see, that's what I thought you guys were talking about. I thought everybody's just ripping in the streets right now.
Yeah, boy.
I was like, everybody's out hooning. I'm like, dude, like the streets must just be fucking on fire right now. There's cars everywhere, just sliding around corners, all kinds of shit. That's what I thought. I was like, oh shit.
V8 pickup trucks just everywhere.
Oh man, that's what I thought was going on.
They don't do that in Scotland. When Steve says hooning, they're all chucking logs.
Oh, come on.
Dang, what are you drinking out of that fancy glass there?
A gin and tonic, mate.
Dang. Isn't that a wine glass?
No, it's a gin glass.
It's a gin glass.
Let me see it.
There you go, look. It's got Salcombe gin written on it.
Oh yeah. When I first saw it, it looked like a wine glass.
No, it's a gin glass.
I thought you were drinking some like little pink bubbly champagne wine or something.
Hey, I'm never confused, all right?
You're going to lose your sponsorship from Plymouth Gin now for showing.
When you got it, you got it.
Oh god, yeah, this is the problem. Where I'm based in the UK, about 500 yards down the road is the Plymouth Gin Distillery. Obviously, they make Plymouth gin. And then about 30 miles the other way is Solcombe Gin distillery. So I'm kind of like buried in the middle of gin. So it's, it's just a shame not to drink gin.
So do you drink
Rocking
straight
hard,
gin, or is that like gin and tonic? Like, what is that?
It's gin and tonic.
Yeah, nice.
But it's pink because it's aromatic.
Yeah,
Sorry,
I like
aromatic.
I like some gin and tonic with a little splash of lime. That's pretty good.
Yeah. My favorite recently is gin and tonic, but the gin needs to be the King of Soho gin, and the garnish is grapefruit. Slice of grapefruit in it is amazing.
Oh, that sounds pretty good too.
Yeah. I'm a fan of
nice. Bunch of alcoholics over here.
No, I'm the only alcoholic over here, apparently. Oh dear. So, Eric, how's lockdown treating you at the moment? Because I know you guys have got it way worse than we ever did.
Well, I have it worse than I think most places do, because like I'm in one of the considered like a hot state, I guess. Like California. California's we're pretty fucked. Like it's a lot of bullshit over here.
Whereabouts in California are you?
Southern California. Yeah. Oh, yeah, you're fucked.
He doesn't even fucking clue where that is.
Oh, he's in that fucked area. Yep.
That big red area. Yeah.
Yeah. He's in that big red circle. I mean, the thing is, like, where I'm at, I know LA is getting hit pretty hard with like all the like this coronavirus stuff and or whatever you call it, COVID. I don't fucking know anymore. And yeah, I'm like a little more like an hour and a half south of that, so I'm on the outskirts of everything. But we still feel like all the same, like the closures and the like, I don't know, whatever you call it, the rules and regulations hit us the same, even though we don't have like high cases like they do, because we have less population and like there's not as much here. Then like I'm like basically out in like a wine country area in a sense, so we don't have it as much. But you have to think like so there's all these wineries and everything. Like, for example, I'll just like use them as like a main business source out here. There's all the wineries. They have their like
I'm on the way.
Like they're exactly. They have all their like tasting rooms and all this stuff, and like their restaurants and everything like linked to all these wineries. They've been closed for like 4 months. Like they can't do anything, and it's affecting their business quite a bit. Even though it's like we don't have the same issues, say like in LA or San Francisco or like some of the big cities. They have to follow the same guidelines, California guidelines, because we have like a really, really fucking retarded mayor, or not mayor. I'm sorry, governor of California. The guy's just a fucking idiot. And so, like,
who is the governor of California at the moment?
He's not
Gavin Newsom.
Okay. All right. Okay.
Oh.
Look him up.
I was going to say Arnie had
He's
been
a fucking idiot.
Out,
guy's a fucking idiot. He's so basically what he's using is like he's using COVID to an advantage for him to get extra funding for California and thing. As a political, he's using it more as a political advantage for him. So he's like, I stay on top of everything and shut down my state early. I'll get more federal like funding and things and whatever, more shit to basically go to his pocket. So, which means schools are closed. All the kids are fucking sitting at home. Parents are trying to figure out how to like homeschool their kids and do things like basically do things without having fucking any assistance from California, because everybody's like, nope, you just go into a shutdown and everything's fucking shut down. You can't do anything. So, yeah. And then we had a bunch of fucking idiots protesting everywhere too. That didn't fucking help anything.
Yeah.
So we have to deal with like all the protest bullshit throughout like all these cities and everywhere. And I get it. Like, I'm not knocking the whole like movement of the protest shit. I get what they were trying to, what the fucking main thing was for. But that just like allowed all the fucking idiots to take part with them and do all the stupid shit.
Yeah.
Again, so that's the hard part. You get, it's hard to mix like people that are trying to properly do things, and you get a fucking bunch of idiots that act like 2-year-olds running around.
So what are you doing to keep yourself busy though? Because I've seen your
for
workshop.
For me, it's pretty much like I've been in lockdown like my whole life, so no, it hasn't changed much for me. I mean, like, I still like go home and I just come to my shop and there's nobody really here I got to worry about like 6 feet contact shit or anything. It's me. So yeah, it's pretty much like the normal for me. Like everyone's like, oh, like I'm not going to work anymore. I'm like, dude, I still got to go to work. I got orders I got to push out. I got things I got to build or like whatever. So in that case, like things have been pretty much normal. If anything, I have more orders coming in than I could keep up with because unemployment is so high right now.
Yeah.
Because like federally, they're giving everybody an extra. Like, so say you were on unemployment, currently, normally you would get, I believe, at the most like $400 a week on unemployment. So since they passed the stimulus, or not the stimulus, the fucking whatever, the COVID bill or whatever, federally you got an extra $600 on top of say your $400. So everybody's making like $1,000 a week sitting at home on unemployment. So everybody's basically just walked out of their jobs. Like, so if they were making minimum wage or whatever, they just like quit their fucking jobs because they're like, dude, I make more money on unemployment doing nothing than actually going to work. Which
that's insane.
Dude, there's so much fucking crazy shit going on. Like outside of just like COVID, like there's more of like the bigger picture in a sense. And so these people basically are sitting at home. So now they're like sitting at home, have nothing to do. They're buying more shit. They're going online. They're shopping, whatever. So it's really brought business up for a lot of sectors. Like I've seen it just because like I make like custom motorcycle parts and stuff out of here, like a small lineup of stuff. And so people are like, yeah, I'm like, I'm sitting at home now. I might want to start working on that like old motorcycle build I had in the garage or whatever it is. So they're ordering more, which makes it hard for me in a sense because now material companies that don't have all their employees because they took unemployment, or my powder coater that's down to like 1 or 2 guys working at the powder coat shop, me that can't get material on time and my powder coating on time and like this on time, whatever. It's like a chain reaction. Nightmare. And so yes, it's nice that we're like having a lot more orders come in and it's a good boost. On the other side of it is we're struggling to get those orders out. And not only that, like if you go on any of the, I mean, it might be different when you guys look it up, but like if you went on to any of the US things like FedEx, USPS, UPS, all those, they're delayed like crazy because now they have less people working also, and they have nobody to unload these trailer trucks and get stuff shipped out. And like I have a buddy that works for the main hub over at one of the airports over here for UPS, and he's like, dude, we're like basically on our Christmas holiday like type of receiving packages, but like almost even more. He's like, it's insane, and we don't have the employees. He's like, usually we would hire extra like temps and everything for Christmas time to like the extra work to get all the package out. He's like, but you can't find it now. You can't get it. You can't find the work. So
because temps are on minimum wage.
Yeah. So they're like, dude, we have less employees and we have like double the amount of work. So yeah, everything's kind of fucked.
Perfect storm.
It is a like even like I told I forgot who actually I was talking to. So many people say like, this whole COVID thing is just like a political agenda in a sense, right?
Nope.
And to where I'm like, okay, like this is my whole thing where I'm like, okay, yes, I think COVID's a thing. People are getting sick, the whole deal. Like it's a real fucking thing.
Yeah, lots of people are dying.
Lots of people are dying, this and that. Are the numbers maybe inflated in what they're saying? Yes. They might be inflating numbers and doing things for that political agenda. Like, yeah, it is a real thing.
I think if anything, they're underinflating because they're just not reporting things. And different, even in America, different states are reporting to different people. And then
but see, here's the thing though, like if you see,
sorry.
Yeah, the thing is, if you see a lot of things here, which has been like, what's really fucked up is like, so they were say like it's coming out in the news more and more, and it's fucking, it's so bad. Like, so now that the like I said, like even like our governor, you could tell like they do a lot of things to get like a little more of like funding and things like that, like whatever. So a lot of the hospitals and things and have come out now and said like, oh yeah, we miscounted. Like we said it was like 90,000 cases that were reported, but we reported some of them that were actually just like pneumonia or this and that. It's actually like closer to 40,000. But the thing is, they get at these hospitals out here. I don't know how it is by you guys. Like they get paid per COVID patient more money. So since we closed down our hospitals to any other like elective procedures or things or whatever, like they're only seeing COVID patients to keep the rooms available and everything. Well, the hospital's not making enough money, right? Like to pay their employees because they don't have their regular surgeries and procedures and they can't bill their insurance out and do everything. But if they write it down as COVID, obviously, then they're going to get their federal money for like having COVID patients. But now that the actual like White House and everything is saying like, hey, we want you to send your actual reports directly to us, not the CDC anymore. We wanted to see how many reports are coming in directly. All of them have been coming out by saying like, oh, we accidentally miscounted. And I'm like, what do you mean you accidentally? Like now that like you have to like turn your report card into your mom or your dad, like
Get it checked.
well, yeah, get it checked and signed off on. Like, what do you mean like you miscounted? Like, so yeah, so I'm just like, fuck, man. Like, can't you guys just get everything straight so we know exactly where we're at with this whole fucking thing? Like,
didn't Trump say once that to stop the increasing numbers of COVID infections, we'll just stop doing the tests, and that was the number before.
Yeah, he was saying, because he was getting pissed off about like some of these states that were just like just doing like they were doing double tests. So like one person would get tested, they get tested positive, right?
Yeah.
And then that person's still in the fucking hospital, so they test them again to make sure see if they're like better or not. So they're like, nope, you're not better. You get tested positive, but they count that one again. But it's the same fucking person. They're just like, it's basically like you have like baskets, right? One basket says like negative, one says positive. They don't care if it's the same fucking person. If it's a positive one, they just throw it in that basket again. If it's a positive one, they throw it in the basket again. But it could be the same person. They just tested like a fucking week ago. That obviously he still has it because the dude's dying.
Oh, God's sake.
Jesus Christ.
So it's like so much of it's just fucking retarded. It's like, I don't know if it's a matter of just like you got retarded people fucking counting shit or it's like they're doing this for whatever other reasons that they need to do it. I mean, if I'm working at a hospital, I can't blame the person for needing to have their money come. They got to get paid, right? So yeah, if they get paid more off of like saying, a guy came in here, he's got a fucking, broken finger, COVID. Like, I'm not gonna get paid shit off of his broken finger.
Because all your hospitals are private, aren't they? They're all privately funded.
Mm-hmm.
So they're not over here. They're all funded by the government over here, completely.
Yeah, no. See, so this is all privately funded, so it's like they need like the funding to come. They need it to come in from somewhere. So if they're not having their normal insurance claims and shit, and don't even get me started on fucking just normal insurance out here. Health insurance is fucking retarded.
Racket.
Yeah, seriously, it's fucking, it's stupid. Like it's like it's the most like criminal thing ever.
Because like over here,
I'll tell you what.
Go on.
I was going to say, I'll tell you what. I'll change the subject. I was going to say that there's a question in the chat there from Mickey Dread FPV saying, is Eric still making metal props? What's this, metal props?
No, I made metal props once.
All right.
Just to see if it would fucking work. And it worked, but like it was literally like grenade shrapnel flying everywhere once it hit a certain RPM.
Oh,
wow.
like,
it's way too dangerous for me to keep doing it. I just wanted to see if it would work. The motors got like fucking piss hot, everything like.
It was cool. What kind of prop did you mold them on? What kind of prop did you make them into, or did you just make a prop?
Dude, at that time it was molded off of a HQ 5x4x3, like a old like glass nylon one.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
I don't even think like PC props were like a thing when I made that video. We were all flying like the glass nylon exploder HQ prop. Like, when it got too cold, it would just fucking explode. It almost looks like you have one behind you, the one on the right with the yellow props. Is that yellow?
Who's this? What, me?
Yeah, James.
Yeah.
Oh, these are all Gem Fan. These are hurricane props.
Oh, okay. So they were exactly like that color, but they were from HQ, and they were like glass nylon.
Right.
And they just if you like flew in the morning when it was cold, they would just explode on you, and you barely touch something like a leaf, and they would explode. But they were so light. But the prop was so light, it was good. Like it's a good prop.
And they used to scream as well. There's a certain note.
The sound too. Yeah, it was fucking,
so efficient. They were like super thin, weren't they?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, we know it. Right, Chad. We need to do some initiation. Right, every show we've done of the last couple of weeks. Okay, there are 3 questions you have to answer. Right, the first one, as you can see on the board here, there is a bitch slap leaderboard. Now, this is somebody that in the FPV community that is your absolute priority, just to have a backhander. Who would you pick?
I only get one.
Yeah, prioritise.
Currently, Vanover is heading the top. He's literally, everybody's got Vanover straight away.
Well, see, Vanover does need a bitch slap. He really does need it. But, oh man. Oh, see, I could do the whole sheeple thing, and I could just go, okay, yeah, let's go with Vanover. I don't know, let's mix it up. I'm gonna go with Sharpoo. Sharpoo needs a bitch slap.
Really?
Wow. Yeah. For no other reason that I want to see his face as to why the hell did you bitch slap me?
Believe it or not, actually,
I'm sorry, Carlos. I love you, but hey, I've got to be different. I've got to be different.
I was just going to say, actually, the last show on last Wednesday, which was with Mr. Stu, Sharpoo was actually in the chat. He just rocked up out of nowhere and just literally landed in the chat.
It was quality. No one believed it. Everyone was like, "That can't be him. That can't be the real him." I was sat there in the chat, like doing on his channel, checking that it was him and stuff, and it was legit him.
Yeah, absolutely.
But my favorite thing over the years was wherever I was in the world, as far as social media was concerned, I was searching for Sharpoo. That was absolutely great. I went over to when I was in Spain for 2 weeks. I can't even remember what town I was in. I'm just walking around this town. No one speaks a word of English. I don't speak any Spanish, but someone taught me how to say, "Carlos, where are you?" in Spanish. So I'm walking around this town square at the top of my voice, filming myself on Facebook. Like, Carlos, where? And I learned how to say, "Do you know where Carlos is?" And I was just going up to these random strangers going, "Do you know where Carlos is?" And they're saying, I don't know what the hell they were probably saying. "Yeah, I know where Carlos is." I don't know what the hell they were saying.
Right, question number 2. What's your best pickup line?
What's my best pickup line?
Are you married now?
Oh, no. You're
not married?
Not that silly. Yeah, I've got a partner, but I'm not married.
Backtrack, you did have a partner.
Yeah. Well, no, this is actually the best situation for me because she's, although they're not together anymore, they're still technically married. They never got a divorce. So when people say, "Are you married?" I says, No. I found the best way to get out of that. I've already found a woman that's already married.
Smooth.
Best way to be. Yeah. My best pickup line. Okay. My best pickup line is, I'm pretty big on the internet, you know.
I'm kind of
who I think I am.
Used to my subscribers.
I can't.
All 31 of my subscribers have probably still got.
All right, and the last question. This defines everybody. All right. What is your thoughts on pineapple on pizza?
What is my thoughts on pineapple on pizza? Well, let's just say the reason technically why I'd want to bitch slap Carlos is because he probably puts pineapple in. And Jennifer Menas out there, I love you, but you're wrong.
I actually don't know what all these guys' preferences are. I mean, I like pineapple on pizza. So
can we get rid of him out of the chat group? Yes, like the rest of you.
The last time I had a Hawaiian pizza and didn't pick the pineapple off of it. I've had it before where my parents would buy one and they'll just make it for like everyone, or there'll be a couple of them and everyone else in my family likes it, and then I go.
That's kind of like saying like I don't like cocaine, but my friends offered me some, so I said yes.
So it's just margarita pizza with bit like
Matt, what's your take on it?
I would eat it. Well, I had one the other day, no problem.
I don't. If they have a Hawaiian pizza, I have
This
to
is
tell
the
them.
divide here.
Okay.
Yes, no.
You can stay. Yeah.
Jesus Christ! It's such a controversial topic. It's unreal. I've had loads of people like message. Well, somebody put a post on Facebook a couple of weeks ago and said, "Hawaiian pizzas or pineapple on pizza. What's your take on it?" And then I think it was Booth. I think it was Booth that posted it.
I get on.
And Booth. I love it. Love pineapple on pizza. And he just messaged me back and said, "I don't think we can be friends anymore." And that's it.
What surprised me is there hasn't been riots over in the American streets about pineapple on pizza. They seem to riot about everything else. They just burnt down Amazon because someone liked pineapple on pizza or something like that.